I'm Mark Stewart Greenstein, and I'm a pretty good coach. I help students who want to get into good colleges and their parents who'd like to see big scholarships from those colleges. I help them get in with big SAT scores and ACT scores. My staff has been doing this well for over 20 years. We have propelled over 5,000 students to good colleges. I'm a pretty good coach of people who want to go to grad school with people who increase their LSAT scores, GMAT scores, GRE scores. And I have an unbeaten record, which means nobody has a higher winning percentage than player coach Mark Greenstein in his 2 stints, one volleyball, one baseball, long time ago, but you don't get better than 1,030-0 on my 2 teams. But now I have the hardest thing to coach. I am hoping you can be a participant. If you are one of those who was raised in a Democrat household and continues to vote Democrat, I want to coach you on how not to. Now, it's going to take a lot because I know it's inbred. As a friend, he's a mentor of mine, said it was harder to pull the lever for someone not Democrat than it was to eat non-kosher for the first time. He was an Orthodox Jew raised in Brooklyn. And I know some pressures from family members. How could you not vote for a D? But it's time. It's overtime. And if you haven't paid attention and you do have traditional Democrat values, let me try to disabuse you of their effect in modern Democrat hands. The leaders of your party have wrought almost the opposite in everything they try to do now. For the last 20 years, they're not the party of workers. They're the people who help owners. Yes, the bigger the better, because the bigger owners are the ones who give bigger campaign donations. The bigger owners are the ones who give government more authority to regulate things that advantage the big companies. And so workers get sold out. Consumers, they're really on the short end, because what do owners want most? Bigger profits. The Democrat Party helps these owners to raise prices on consumers, reduce the number of items that are offered to consumers, lower wages if possible, reduce pensions. Almost all big companies have legal staffs that have attempted to get out of pension obligations to their workers. And this is what modern Democrats do. They support them. Modern Democrats don't support civil rights. They used to. Not anymore. Not when they import illegal immigrants to take the jobs of urban workers, especially young urban workers. Not when they have awful ties to unions, teacher unions, that don't improve education, especially in the urban cities. Not when they don't let churches flourish, put mask mandates on them, congregations who can't meet with the kind of fervor that they did before COVID, all because they want to control more people. This is the legacy of Democrats for the last 20 years. So in the meantime, almost every one of you has complaints. Okay, I go to neighborhood meetings. I read editorials. I listen to radio broadcasts, read blogs. The complaints against government, run almost always in the Northeast by Democrats, have proliferated. And it's not complaining Republicans, it's everyday citizens who see government not serving them. So there is a solution. Don't vote Democrat. Not this time, okay? Show in strength, because I think you should get the whole neighborhood the same way. Don't vote for the incumbent who has really not done good in probably the last decade, maybe even 2. You can do this. You can, okay? It's a matter of pulling in someone else, or even doing a write-in, okay? Even if you find Republicans odious, you don't have to vote for a Republican. There's probably some other candidate on the ballot as a third party. You can also do a write-in. In most states, they're write-in eligible. You can't just name anyone. You have to see who's possible as a write-in. I'm on the ballot in a couple places as a write-in. You could write in Mark Stewart in the districts that I am in. You can find the person who is going to probably not win, but show your force. Your vote for a write-in or a third party probably has more force than voting for a major, and certainly more force than voting for the incumbent who's taken you for granted. Just once. Step outside the box. You can do this. And vote for your integrity. And vote to reform. Okay, you can go back to Democrat if they do reform. But show them it's needed. When a big swath of voters jeopardize the Democrats' chances of being easily reelected, they start to listen. It's about time. You can do this. You got this. Call me if you need extra help. I'm Mark Stewart Greenstein.